Hey, Metal Maniacs, this is
Lost Legacy
from New York, and you're cranking it up to
Dave
Softee's
Softee's
Metal
Metal
Meltdown
Meltdown
on
Metal
Metal
Messiah
Messiah Radio.
Radio. Yes. On my first day, I was sent to the front line. I'm scared to death of what happened to me next. I just wanna make it through the first night in the desert. When the daylight breaks, I'll be dancing with the devil. Hell is when the metal meets the meat. Up here in the strength, there's no TV screen. Hell is when the metal meets the meat. Up here in the strength is where I want to be. Right here in the front I didn't ask for a free pass for the war. I signed up on my own, defend my country back home. I just wanna make it through the first night in the desert. When the daylight breaks, I'll be dancing with the devil. Hell is when the metal meets the meat. Up here in the strength, there's no TV screen. Hell is when the metal meets the meat. Up here in the strength is where I want to be. Hell is when the metal meets the meat. Up here in the strength is where I want to be. Right here in the front line. Right here in the front line. Hell is when the metal meets the meat. Up here in the strength is where I want to be.
Alrighty, here we go, Metal Maniacs. Please help me welcome back to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from the Bronx, New York. Founding members and frontman that is of heavy power metal band Lost Legacy. We have David Franco on vocals and Scotty the Body Bennett on guitars. Also, we have guitar player Jorge Pulido on lead guitars and drummer AJ Spinelli.
Yeah, bro.
Thanks for being here, guys. Welcome back.
What's up?
Welcome back to Metal Meltdown, guys. How you doing out there this evening?
What's up?
We doing good, man. We good. So excited to be on the radio show with you again.
Yeah, this is. It's been a very long time, actually. Yeah,
bro.
and it's really an honor to get with you again, as Lost Legacy has a brand new offering. The band's second full release, and that's hard to believe. In the Name of Freedom, coming out on Pure Steel Records, March 20th, 2020. 2020. How you like that?
Yeah, dude.
That's it.
I want to congratulate you. Congratulations on that. And what led you to sign with Pure Steel? It's great to be signed, that's for sure.
Oh, man.
Wow. Yeah.
Kind of a long story.
Yeah, it's kind of a long one.
Like this.
Yeah.
Long one.
Well, we were shopping around and stuff like that, and through a friend of ours helped make the connection with them. And it was like almost a 1.5-2 year thing in the making, because I was trying to actually get our first release. I sent that to them to see if they liked that album, and they wanted to see what we were doing. So myself, Jorge, and Scotty, and this was before AJ joined the band, we kind of put a plan together where just to move forward, get some new material and show them what we really sound like now and stuff like that, see if that grabbed them. And it's a great label. It's got great bands. They treated us very well. We was patient.
Awesome.
They were patient, and since then it's like a barn fire going on right now, and we get a lot of support from them, and we're grateful for Pure Steel Records for having us, and it's an awesome label.
That's
Pure
good news.
Steel, bro.
That's good news, and they're from Germany, just like Massacre Records. They also have a lot of great bands on their label as well.
Yep.
And this is our second interview since our very first one, 11 years ago.
Wow.
So
Yeah, man.
I guess I have to say happy anniversary. And also, it's 11 years since your first offering, The Aftermath. So that's a really long time. And, I've been really curious, especially when I saw Scotty at a show a few years ago with a different band. And I thought the band actually had split up, but it's great to know that you haven't.
Yep.
What have you guys been up to, and why has it taken this long to have new Lost Legacy music?
Well, it had to do with like constant rotation of members, and then we were just staying busy. Once we got new members up to speed and shows came up, and we started playing out, and a couple of great opportunities happened when we opened up for like Metal Church at BB King's. We did a Striper show at Stage 48. Then we did Fate's Warning. So it was like we were getting stuff ready, and then the show started popping up and falling into our laps. And so we put the music on the back burner, and we just wanted to make sure that the timing was right. And we finally decided, like, okay, now it's just time to put everything on the side, forget all the shows, and let's put that on a pause and get this album out already. Because people have been dying. We've been dying to get something new, especially with the new guys I have in the band now.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's time to move forward.
Bro.
And then we got the new blood, AJ Spinelli. He really took this to a whole new level.
Dude.
His playing is ridiculous. So, we were excited to get back. And, when we presented the music to Pure Steel, they loved it right away. We got off a tour. And next thing you know, they said, we're signing you. We were like, fucking awesome.
Very, very good.
So like it all worked out. So the gist of it is just like the road, the changing the members, finding the right group, and we were just staying busy playing to keep the brand and the name out there, and now we decided, here we go, it's time.
Yeah.
I just want to mention something about the Aftermath offering. As we know, it's a theme, a concept about 9/11. And you remember 9/11 when it happened, how the world came together for maybe 5 minutes. Everybody was in sync. And then right after that, bullshit started again. So that leads me to ask, being that you were supporting this album for so long, did people start to say, hey, enough with 9/11 stuff. Let's move on to the next thing? You ever deal with something like that?
Not at all.
No, I said that.
Not at all. Actually, some of our first great write-ups were with the stuff that we did off the Aftermath album, and a lot of our friends and family and fans, liked the song Towers, and some people even would kick me in the leg, like, when are we going to play Light the Candles, because we stopped playing the ballad. So we mixed the setup with new stuff. We'll take 2 or 3 songs from the Aftermath, and those are the stuff, like, it gets a lot of the crowd moving still. So, I mean, a lot of people still haven't heard it. That's why I was really hoping that Pure Steels would take that on, because it really never got the push I felt it deserved to be out there on a label and get the right distribution and stuff like that. And so that's why we kept on doing it. And no one to this day never came up to us and said, "Yo, enough with this." They actually loved it. And
that's good to know. That's good to know. I had an interview with a band from New York City called Tower a few years ago, and I did it for Vlad's promotion. I wasn't really big on the band, but the name Tower, so I did a theme show, and of course Lost Legacy was part of that show. The towers are forever, right? So it's a true story. You could ask Robin.
Nice.
Yeah. So let's learn more about this brand new offering. What studio was this recorded in, and who mixed, mastered, and produced it?
Oh, man.
We recorded this at Coney Productions in Eastchester, New York, and it was engineered by Tom Tallada, who owns and manages the studio. And
Genius.
he's a phenomenal musician himself. He actually was a guest musician on the record itself, and we basically went to him and said, "Listen, we really want to get a really crisp sounding production, a record that really sounds punchy, powerful, but top-notch production." And he really came through. He did a phenomenal job. I mean, this compares to any record that's been produced from the top label bands out there. I mean, Tom truly put a lot of love into this, and every single time that we had a studio session, we all showed up to give him feedback. So it was a good collaboration between him and us, and we think very highly of his work.
Excellent.
Oh, yeah.
And what was the writing process like for this offering? Who is responsible for the words and for the melody? Was this done as a joint venture, or does somebody have a particular job in the band that was responsible for what they did?
Well, I would say that most of the lyrics and stuff like that came from me.
I thought so.
I had some leftover ideas about 9/11, also leading up to how the last 20 years or so that, fighting the wars, and just really feeling like I have a lot of family that has served and serving today. So I took the approach of trying to shed some light on things that our men and women in our armed forces, do for this country and stuff like that. So, over that time from the Aftermath album, I sat back, I wrote lyrics, and I had these ideas of what I wanted to do, and then I wrote some of the music for it as well. And when time came, we started putting these songs together. A lot of it was written, and then Jorge, Scotty, AJ, and the bass player at the time put the final touches on everything.
Yeah.
I see. So, like, the Aftermath is like chapter 1 to me, and In the Name of Freedom is chapter 2. I hope it doesn't take 11 years for chapter 3.
No. That's funny you said. Not at all. I mean, we actually got a bunch of material that we've been working on. A whole bunch of material since we finished this recording, and in between the shows and the tour we did last year, we got about 8 to 10 songs for the follow-up of this one.
That's good to
and
know.
Maybe 1 or 2 songs that were left over pre-Aftermath, In the Name of Freedom, that we ain't get to do from those 2 albums. So, yeah, I think we got about a good 10 songs ready to go.
Yeah, Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Excellent. So let's talk about the look of the album. Who designed the cover art for In the Name of Freedom, and who revamped your logo? It's a different logo than I remember the last time.
The logo, Jorge revamped the logo. We figured, try to change up of the past sword and stuff like that. So Jorge came up with the idea on the logo. The artwork for the cover, I told him that I gave him the idea of, I wanted an angel falling, coming down between like demolished buildings and stuff like that. And Jorge took it from there. And
Yeah, so Dave had the initial idea of the overall design, and I'm not an artist, but I basically sat down on my computer and was able to put together a pretty good sketch of the concept. And then I did a search and found an artist by the name of Psychopart. And I commissioned him to basically take these ideas and create the art. And we gave him the basic guidelines with the design that I put together, and then he just went to town. The one thing that I really wanted out of the colors was a lot of fire tones and a lot of earth tones to be part of the artwork itself. The booklet inside has really interesting artwork too, that when people get a hard copy of the CD, we'll be able to read the lyrics. There's some inner liner notes in there. And, the artwork is also very interesting because it all ties into the story behind In the Name of Freedom.
Bro.
Excellent. And
Bro.
I posted the CD art on my timeline to mention that we're having this new interview coming up, and somebody sent me a message. That's a great banner, Dave. I go, well, it's not really a banner. It's actually the album cover of an interview I'm having with Lost Legacy. That's their album. And then they saw the banner for the interview, and Scotty sent me the pictures, and I wasn't sure LC would be able to fit all of you with the flag in the background on the banner, but he made it work. So I'm very happy that it was able to happen.
that's good. Thank you.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. And speaking of, you just mentioned the CD, the physical copy, and the booklet. So we being here in the underground as we are, and you know how the world is with metal today, we all need to support the underground, and we all need to educate the fans out there on how they could support the bands. That being said, I need to ask, where would be the best place for a Lost Legacy fan to get a physical copy of the new CD, as well as other merch that may be available? I'm going to give two links that I have. It's the official website, which is lostlegacyny.com, and the Facebook, of course, facebook.com/Lost Legacy NY. Now, would these links be the place where the fans should go to get the merch, or do you recommend another site?
So what's going to happen is Pure Steel Records is going to have a pre-sale link that's going to go up on their website.
Excellent.
On March 6th. So on March 6th, pre-sale starts. And once that goes up, people will be able to order the hard copy directly through Pure Steel. It's also going to be on iTunes. But if you really want to get the full experience, we definitely recommend you get the hard copy of the CD through Pure Steel Records. We will have CDs as well that we will have in our shows to sell in our merchandise table. We also will have a Bandcamp store where we will be selling here in the U.S. hard copies of the CD, as well as downloadable copies as well.
A-tracks.
Yeah.
On
On our website, we have a store, but all the merchandise that we had in that store was sold out.
Oh.
We do have new T-shirts. We have keychains. We have hats. We have stickers, and we have a number of other things that we are right now in the process of working with someone in our part of town in the Bronx that will probably be distributing merchandise from us. And as soon as we get all those links together, we will make an announcement on all our social media so people are aware of how to get our merchandise.
Make sure you send me a message with those links too, so I can help spread the word.
I sure will. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Dude.
Good man, Dave.
Of course.
Yeah. The hats are awesome. The
That's-
hats and t-shirts are awesome. Great quality, man. I mean, I wear one of our hats to the gym, and I've washed it 3 times, and hasn't lost form or anything. The hats and the material is awesome.
Very good. That's good to know. That's good to know. Let's talk about the new music videos to accompany In the Name of Freedom. I looked on your YouTube, of course, Lost Legacy New York. I didn't find it there, but I did find it on the Pure Steel website, the Pure Steel YouTube, I should say. And I did see the Frontline official video, lyric video, I think it is, right? And I'd like to know who produced and edited this, who was responsible for making this video, and on top of that, if you could tell us if there will be any other videos to accompany In the Name of Freedom.
It's got Jorge's bowing. He's bowing. You can't see him, but he's over here bowing like a retard.
Well, we are happy and proud to say that we filmed, produced, and edited the entire video for the Frontline, and also we have a video that should be coming out really soon for Will You Remember. And we basically just got together and wanted to do sort of a performance slash video that would be representative of the lyrics, the message behind the video itself. So it was a work of love from us. We got together and we basically filmed 3 or 4 hours, what you see there, and then I just sat home for 2 months looking for clips and videos and things that I can put together a story that would make sense for the viewer, so they can tie in what the message behind the song is. And I certainly hope that it does it justice, because, these songs and this record, for us is a way of thanking the men and women of our military forces for all the sacrifices and the things that they do to protect our freedoms and democracy. And they are often forgotten about. And I think that it's important for us to really appreciate what they do. So I hope that everybody enjoys the video.
That's outstanding. Yeah. And I got lots of respect for do-it-yourself bands. In this day and age of the underground bands, you really have to be a DIY band in order to get things done. Otherwise, it's going to cost you a ton of money to get things done.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Bro, yeah.
Cost me a ton of money when I made the patalillos and Jorge ate them all.
They were delicious, bro.
AJ was trying to get one, and he snatched out his hand.
Yeah. No way, bro. Not for you.
Yeah.
It was kind of cool because the place we rented, I had my wife made food for us and stuff like that, so we had food and soda and drinks and all that. So it was good. It was actually a cool experience again. It's our second video as a band that we've ever done, and both times it was a great time and fun.
Excellent. Now let's talk about performing. Let's talk about where your CD release party will be. You said that's going to happen in Queens?
Correct.
Yeah,
so
bro.
we at the Black Dawn.
And that's, what date is that on? The 20th, right?
On the 20th.
Oh, yeah, that's on March 20th. We'll be at Blackthorn 51. We're going to tear the house down. Then we're going to build it back up and tear it down again.
And beyond that show, what shows do you have lining up for you? Are there any shows or touring that you have coming up that we could spread the word on?
Things like that?
Well, we can't.
Well, here's what we can tell you right now. We have the April 25th show at Club Revolution, and we're going to be supporting Whiplash.
Whiplash!
Whiplash!
And
Whiplash,
then on May 11th, we're going to be playing at Dingbats in Clifton, New Jersey, supporting Flotsam and Jetsam.
Yeah!
Nice.
And unfortunately, we are not able to share really big news with you right now because we just signed the agreement for a tour with a national act, and the managing agent asked us not to announce until they put together the artwork and the poster. They want to be the first ones to announce.
Very nice. Could I just ask one question? Where is this band from?
The national band?
Yeah.
Germany?
Germany.
Very nice. Very nice. Congratulations on that.
Very well-known band.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Well-known band.
I'm proud of you guys.
And so we're basically going to take those shows and the show with Whiplash and Flotsam and Jetsam, and we're going to package them up. It's going to be called In the Name of Freedom U.S. Tour 2020. And we're going to be putting everything out on our socials very soon. So I advise people to take a look. we put all the dates on our website. We put the dates on all our social media, so everybody is aware where the shows are going to be held and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
you know Robin Souls from our chat room.
Bobby!
And You're,
Yeah.
you're a street team leader, right? She has
in
a,
California a few years ago.
right. She has a question about that. She wanted me to ask you. She's asking. Obviously, you've played there, but she's asking, since you never played outside of the New York, New Jersey area, what was it like coming to California to open for Dokken at the Whiskey A Go Go?
It was great.
It's fucking awesome.
It was really great. The Whiskey is a class act. They treated us like gold. And
Place was packed. Fans were awesome.
oh my God, it was jam packed. It took me 10 minutes to get from the front door to my table.
Really, you're busy over there, right?
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And,
Legendary place, yeah.
yeah, it was absolutely amazing. It was great meeting Robin too. I mean, we've known Robin a long time, via the internet, but we never met her in real life. We met her. She was right in the front row. We had a blast.
Front row. She's been time for us to go back. We hope to get back there soon.
Fly gigs are where it's at, bro.
I know Robin for maybe 14 years from the MySpace years, and there used to be like a metal MySpace called the Metal Militia, and that's how I met her as Family Ghost. And when I did the first interview with Dave for the Aftermath, she was in the chat room, but she did enjoy Metal Messiah Radio maybe for a year after that. And she's been here ever since. It's true. It's true.
I would say going to California, the only gripe I had was me and Jorge went to, and my wife, we went to Five Guy Burgers. And so we asked the guy, what is it, Sunset Boulevard?
Yeah.
I said, yo, how do we get to Sunset Boulevard from here? He said, oh, just go to the corner and walk up the little hill. So I said, I see right there. He says, yeah. So we had full cups of soda, iced and everything, nice and cold. We turned the corner. I said, little fucking hill. That's a goddamn mountain. What's he talking about?
Oh.
I almost went back and told him, what fucking little hill you talking about? This shit's like 5 miles steep and going up,
Oh, wow.
Like, management hooked me up with a car. You should have got a car, bro.
It took us like 45 minutes to walk up this hill. I had a bad knee. Jorge had a bad foot. Our soda melted not even 2 minutes into the freaking walk. I was like, this son of a bitch.
Dude, and I'm riding around in the car, bro. And I'm like,
This guy's in an AC car. We're walking like 2 fucking retards.
I can feel like, oh, that's fun, bro.
That's funny.
5-star treatment.
But California was awesome. It was awesome.
It was great.
That's cool. That's good to hear. And would you guys like to talk about your gear, talk about your drums, your bass, your guitars, your amplifiers, whatever you'd like to talk about? If you'd like to talk about it, we'd love to hear it.
AJ.
Yeah,
AJ, talk about drums, bro.
I have a DW Designer series with pasty cymbals and Big Bird drumsticks. Very nice.
Very nice.
Cool.
Scott?
Yo, I play, I play generally custom-made guitars, made by Funk Guitars USA out of Florida, made by Mark Funk, shout out. I play Hughes and Kettner amplification. I've been playing that stuff for a really long time, for at least as long as I can remember. And I use some pretty basic stuff. I use Mission Engineering volume pedals, TC Electronic tuners. Big shout out to Hawk Picks and String Joy Strings. Ha! Jorge.
Go ahead, Jorge.
All right. Well, I actually like lots of gain on my amplifier, so I use an EVH 5150 Stealth 3. That thing is a beast, and all the tones that you listen on the In the Name of Freedom record, we use that amplifier. We cranked it all the way to 11, so that thing is a freaking beast.
Dude, we cranked it to 15.
15.
And
Oh,
with that, I also use an EVH 4x12 cabinet. I use a combination of guitars. I use EVH guitars. I use Schecter guitars. I use some Gibson guitars from time to time. I have a very wide collection of guitars, but typically when we go out, it's going to be either the Schecters or my ESP Alex Skolnick guitars. And my pedal board, I have a pedal board that has a little bit of everything, but primarily, I used Crybaby, volume pedal, an overdrive pedal to tighten down the sound, a little delay, and that's about it. You know, the rest of it just comes from just the hands.
Wow, you sound like a gear god to me, Jorge.
Oh my God,
You
I
got
have a lot of stuff, man.
He's got
Sounds like
personal guitar center is what he's got.
Yeah, remember those places? Wow. Oh, wow.
I mean, I just use a Sennheiser microphone, 835 model, and I just recently ordered me a new Sennheiser microphone. I think it's a 935 model. Kind of little upgrade on the old one.
Where's the auto tune, bro?
Never! I'm very simple.
I thank you for spreading the word with us about your gear. That's really cool. I want to know if there's anything that you'd like to say to your loyal fans tuning in at this time. Either the fans that have been with you from the beginning, or maybe you have new fans just hearing your music for the first time with music off of In the Name of Freedom. Is there anything that you'd like to say to them at this time?
Wow. Thank you for all the support over the years. I mean, we've had a lot of people supporting this band since day one. Our friends, our families, new fans that we've met here in the city, new fans that we met down south
On the road.
on the road.
Pittsburgh,
Cleveland,
Minneapolis,
Baltimore.
Timbuktu,
Oh man, it was
Ohio,
Timbuktu,
yeah, amazing people. I mean, it's
Australia.
like outside New York City, the
Mars.
scenes are thriving. Fans are awesome. What show was that? The Minneapolis or Craft House? With the little kid that was with the parents. What was the big thing?
That was Craft House.
that
That
was
was in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
We were in Pittsburgh, and I was blown away because we're on stage getting ready. I think we actually played a song. All of a sudden, this couple comes up with their son. He's got like earplugs, headphones over. And I stopped. I had to give him a shout. I said, "This is metal." He's with his parents. I think the kid was maybe 9, 10 years old, if that.
Yeah.
I said, that was just amazing
least.
to see.
That's cool. That's a great story. Wow.
Yeah, but I would say thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
Yeah.
All the new fans, thank you for giving us a listen. Hope you enjoy our music.
Just a huge thanks.
Just
really.
a huge, big thanks.
We
Knowing
need to
that
be famous.
we go up on that stage, we're going to give you 100% of pure metal. And
6,000% pure metal. The
And,
song's about putting a boot in your ass.
and all our fans that have been following us, thank you. God bless you. And we love you.
Woo!
Yeah,
Very
I also
very
just
nice.
wanted to also add to what Dave said that, one of the things that I find important about the stuff that we're doing right now is that we're really focusing on trying to thank people that really need to be thanked and that are often forgotten about, our military. And it's not because we are for war, because we're not. We don't support war or anything like that. But I think that just like we were talking about earlier, when 9/11 happened, the entire world came together for about 5 minutes.
Right.
And then everything went back to the same.
Right.
And, music is a powerful tool to bring people together. And this music that we're putting out is very sincere. And we really want people to give it a listen. So it's coming out on 3/20 through Pure Steel Records. We're going to be putting all the links out for people to do the pre-sale. And we hope to see you out there soon. We're going to be announcing our tour, and once that comes out, just try to make it to the show so you can share with us in our music. Thank you very much.
Bring a seatbelt and get a helmet.
On that note, Dave, I think about there was a couple of guys now when we played in Baltimore, some veterans that came up to us and was talking to us and actually hugged us and thanked us, for our songs and us, putting it out there, and how we are just spreading the word of for our men and women out there, and that was heartfelt. And we had a couple of shows that veterans came up to us and thanked us, and that meant a lot to me.
Yeah, I'm sure your music hits home to a lot of people that have members of their family in the military. I'm sure that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, bro.
God bless the men and women of our armed forces. Know that we're here with you. We know what you go through. I personally have had family fighting and defend this country in almost every war up to date, and I have 2 of my cousins out there supporting our in the military now, defending our freedoms. God bless you all. That's all I can say.
Very nice. Well, I have to tell you guys, it was great to have you back on Metal Meltdown to talk about your latest offering, In the Name of Freedom. I think we caught all the fans up to speed, but I want to make sure that we got everything covered. So before we go crank out more off of In the Name of Freedom, is there anything else that we could bring out there to the listeners? I think we did a good job, but I want to make sure.
Nothing I can think of.
No. Just look for us on the road. Come and say hello. Hit us up on our social media, Facebook. And we look forward to going out there and kicking ass for everybody.
My pants are too tight. How's that?
Very nice. Well, I want to thank you for an excellent video. I want to thank you for an excellent interview, and I'll do my best to see you at your CD release party on the 20th in Queens. Awesome. And I wish you, everyone in Lost Legacy, a great success, and may all your dreams come true within the band, and may you get the support you deserve and have a great tour with that band from Germany, and keep us informed so we can help spread the word on that. And I'm looking forward to the next opportunity, so
awesome.
Keep in touch.
It won't be 11 years, Dave, that's for sure, man. Thank you for all your support, and sorry it took us so long to get back on your show. And I want to give another big shout out to our friend Robin one more time for the years of supporting this band and spreading the word and working that street team for us, man. She's awesome.
We also want to thank our brother Richard Rivera, who's also running our street team in Florida right now too. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, Rich.
Very nice.
Messiah Radio, thank you.
Very nice. All right, guys, how about we go crank up some more Lost Legacy with music off of In the Name of Freedom. Let's crank it up loud.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Metal.